On this show, we speak our minds and open yours. This is
Bongari Drummo.
It's the headlines.
Down services at the bankrupt West Rand District Municipality, and California wildfires reveal their incredible destructive base. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Ratacha. The embattled West Rand District Municipality is facing more woes as workers embark on a total shutdown. From Wednesday, employees belonging to the Democratic Municipal and Allied Workers Union of South Africa and the South African Municipal Workers Union will not render any services. The municipality has been struggling to pay salaries after it landed in financial trouble following its investment of over 70 million rand in the now liquidated VBS Mutual Bank. Workers are demanding a permanent solution to keep the municipality up and running. The situation has been worsened by concern that more than 300 workers will not be paid again this month. West Rand Secretary Pitso Mogole said they have locked up all municipal vehicles. No vehicle will leave the municipal premises. We are not working and no manager is allowed to work from today onwards, he said. The union claims that their meetings with the MECs Panyaza Lesufi, Jacob Mamabulo and Uhuru Muelwa, who were delegated by Gauteng Premier David Makhura to fix the situation, have not yielded any results. Mogole said whenever Mamabulo came to see them, he wanted to meet at the Randfontein police station because he felt unsafe. As of Monday, 3 major wildfires, the Camp, Hill and Woolsey fires, have killed dozens of people and scorched hundreds of thousands of hectares of forests and infrastructure. Firefighters are struggling to contain the biggest blazes. The Camp Fire, which is located north of Sacramento, quickly burned the entire town of Paradise to the ground. It's now California's most destructive wildfire in terms of structures destroyed and is one of the state's deadliest blazes ever. Parts of the beach community Malibu went up in flames in the Woolsey fire, sending Hollywood actors and actresses running for safety. So far, these 2 rapidly evolving disasters have left at least 31 people dead, some of whom were killed while trying to escape in cars. Satellites owned by NASA and commercial companies such as Digital Globe are recording images of the fires from space. These photos provide an incredible view of how large and intense the fires are and how quickly they've grown. Catch me again at 2:30 bringing you your latest sports bulletin. Temperatures remain 31 degrees Celsius in Johannesburg, 32 degrees in Lagos, 36 degrees in Washington, D.C. This is the Dramatic Talk News with Rose Ratacha. If we have missed anything newsworthy, feel free to let us know. We are the Dramatic Talk, Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook. I am Khaogelo Rebel Rose Ratacha on Facebook as well. Next up is the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
You know what it is, man. MARC. Summer 2018.
Siberia.
If they're looking really good right now. Yo, listen. Stepping in the music scene like I'm Charlie Sheen. Popping in the video scene and some magazines. Nah, I mean, I'm finna pull up with some paraffin and light up the stage and light up your world. Ain't nobody got it like you got it. The curves, the thighs, your hourglass body only shared with my body. Yeah, we finna pull up on these hitters on some Bonnie Clyde figures. See the love inclined, better figures. Woo, woo. Now I'm about to spit something. Ish. Can't you see the real love in the air? Come and take a breath for this fresh, clean air. Let me get a East Saint Laurent pairs or switch up on some of my Cosa threads. The fashion sense, maybe David Taliled. Ain't no telling what gon' happen next. When I get a come over text, you know the only mark that matters blowing up next.
I got you and I know. Right with you and I know. You will be the realest I know. You will be forever, yeah, you know. You got a love that I need.
Siberia.
Got my back through the pressure. Whipping cream on my back rubs for the pleasure. You gave me food when I was pressed down. Never milked me, no nest time. Bunny child days just to pass time. Now it's cash time, yes. We used to go back and forth, fly south and north. All black like with golf, chilling in my homie gods. Fun times got me asking where the parts. Girl, you my number one. I'm a son of a gun. I'm finna have me some fun. No question, you the one. Biggest smalls with the charm, and you so juicy. Getting drunk off the deuce. You know what they say. When you got the real one, never mind what they say. When I get a come over text, you know the only mouth that matters blowing up next.
I got you and I know. Right with you and I know. You will be the realest, I know. You will be forever, yeah, you know. You got a love that I need.
Marco Echo right here on the dramatic live.co.za. It's 7 after 2 Central African time. Mark worldwide, folks. He was here in studio about 2-3 weeks ago and quite doing amazing for himself as well. Big thank you to Chiamano Makado and Heroes at Work, keeping you in the loop from 1:30. I beg your pardon. It was quite amazing. We thank them so much for all that they're bringing for you and to you. 062-172-9002 is our WhatsApp line. Leave your voice note. Let us know what you think about today's show. It's going to be quite an amazing one. I can't wait for you to next show hear about it. Now, on the Convo Corner today, we're talking all about Stokvels. You know what a Stokvel is, and I know anyone who's part of it. Let us know. Hashtag the Convo Corner at Bongani_Drama at Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za, on Facebook as well. Dramatainment coming through. We look at Bushiri resisting the 10 million extortion by cops, and People's Choice Awards were happening. Give you all the winners exclusively right here on Dramatainment. Sports at 2:30 with Rose Ratacha, and our live guest who's going to be right here in studios, Reggie the Car Guard. We're going to be having quite an amazing chit and chat, so you need to look out for the news bulletin coming up at 10 to 3 as well. So it's going to be a jam-packed show, and I'm so happy that you're here. You know, so little time, so much to do. Rose, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Drama?
I'm fantastic. Those fires that were happening in California, hey.
Yeah, it's quite appalling. And
shucks.
Disastrous.
I mean, a lot of celebrities lost their houses, including Miley Cyrus.
Absolutely.
Lost her house. Robin Thicke, Shane, Doherty, Gerard Butler as well lost his house.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are saying, but I mean, those people have got eons of other houses anyway, so they're able to either rebuild or go stay in another house. The Kardashians were literally, evacuated out of their home as well, and a few other celebrities were evacuated out of their homes as well. So, we wait and see what unfolds.
Yeah, absolutely.
Minister Gigaba resigns as Minister of Finance. Obviously, this is following all that has been happening, surrounding, what we've seen, circulating on social media and all the other things that he's done at the Guptas as well. But something interesting happening is the question that's been posed is, as Gigaba falls on his sword, is a cabinet reshuffle on the cards? Now, a cabinet reshuffle is looming following the resignation of Home Affairs Minister Malusi Gigaba one day before the deadline that was set by the public protector for President Cyril Ramaphosa to take action against him for lying under oath. Now, according to Business Day, more changes to the executive than expected, although Ramaphosa has not decided on the timing, with elections likely to be followed by a wholesale cabinet reshuffle due to take place in about 6 months. How crazy is that?
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to that.
Yeah,
we'll
completely.
have to see what happens.
What happens? With what the economy is going through at the moment, I don't think we need another cabinet reshuffle, but we wait and see what happens.
Yeah, it's quite a mess what's happening with the parliament at the moment.
Yeah, it's actually scary.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's those rape convicts who raped, a young lady, and who, in actual fact, were actually took a little bit of, not even a little bit of drugs. They took drugs and didn't even show any remorse when they were raping her and when they were killing her as well. So even you see them in court that they're actually smiling throughout, the entire, testament, and it's actually sad how that is happening and how that's unfolding. And seemingly that hashtag men are trash is not going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, scary. 11 after 2 Central African time. Welcome aboard the Dramatic Talk.
Asikhulumeni in the Convo Corner.
Check this out.
It's time for the Convo Corner.
It is absolutely time for the Convo Corner, and interestingly enough, today on the Convo Corner, we're actually talking about stokvels, right? Something quite interesting. Stokvels are quite a huge thing, especially when it comes to black communities, that you find that more and more people are in actual for getting to stokvels. It could be, a stokvel or a burial society that people are getting into, but it's actually quite interesting. Now, stokvels are community-based savings clubs, are invitations, only clubs of 12 or more people serving as, rotating credit unions or a savings scheme in South Africa, where members contribute fixed sums of money to a central fund on a weekly, a fortnight or monthly basis. Now, the name stokvel originated from the term stock fairs, as the rotating cattle auctions of English settlers in the Eastern Cape during the early 19th century were known. How interesting.
Speaking of which, I owe someone money, actually 2 people, because I am in this
Part of a stokvel.
I'm part of a stokvel at school, so we contribute 50 rands each month. And so because this is our final round of the year, we have to pay the last remaining 2 people. I had totally forgotten about it.
What type of stokvel are you part of? Is it like a monthly, a weekly, a fortnightly?
It's a monthly,
stokvel?
so it's 50 rand a month. I think there's 12 of us. Yeah, I think I got like 550 or something.
But how do you forget? So you forgot to have to pay for the other one.
No, I have to pay both of them. I just
Alright.
completely forgot. But it's not month end yet, so I still have to
But how
pay.
does
I
that
can
work
pay
then?
them.
If you've forgotten and you can't pay, how does it work? Do we wait for the next
fine.
one to happen, or what happens?
No, we
Okay.
fine you, and
Oh,
it's the
you
end of the
fine.
and it's the end of the year. People want to get paid
Shucks.
because they paid me on
Completely.
time.
Yes.
So I'm probably gonna be fined, but that's
They're
fine.
gonna fine you, Rose, but that's fine. Stokvels already have a constitution which dictates the size of the contribution. Now, when the accumulated money is to be paid out, and the roles and responsibilities of the members. Now, each month, a different member, gives a different member receives the money in the fund which was collected during that period. Now, defaults on contribution are quite rare, as other members will know if they haven't paid your contribution or they've forgotten to pay for their contribution. And also because the regular meetings are a reminder of what you will gain when it's your turn, depending on the types of stokvels. The members can use the collected fund for their own use, or for payment or investment purposes as well.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, right?
It is interesting.
I don't know. I mean, there's always a little bit of drama when it comes to stokvels, and I'm sure that's why I'm not a big fan of stokvels. I'm sure that's why I'm never part of a stokvel. But I mean, they help out, I think, because I mean, you find that sometimes you get into stokvels where there's groceries that's been bought, or there's money that you need during the month that a stokvel can in actual fact give it to you.
I actually prefer cash stokvels, where we actually give each other the money, monthly, rather than investing the money, because somebody has to be in charge of that bank account.
Completely.
And sometimes they don't return the slips when they've actually put a hand in our pocket and use the money elsewhere.
Makes sense.
So I have trust issues when it comes
to that.
Rather let it be cash.
Yeah.
Let's see where the money is going.
I hear what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Now, it is interesting because it is estimated that 1 in every 2 black adults in South Africa is a member of at least one of 800,000 stokvels. Black adult South Africans invest approximately 50 billion in stokvels a year. So in South Africa alone, there's about 800,000 stokvels. I mean, we see them every Sunday. I mean, you and I are from the township, and we see Sundays. We see the man having their stokvel with their colored shirts. We see women, I mean, your mom is part of a stokvel. My mom is part of a stokvel. And, my mom is also part of a burial society. So a burial society is actually quite different from a stokvel, because then they help you out when a burial happens.
I was about to mention that there's actually different types of stokvels. So you have your burial society, and then there's the one where between the community
Uh-huh.
or the
When
people
there's a
in the
funeral.
streets.
Yes.
That's also like a part of it.
Completely.
There's an investment
Investment group.
one.
There's a
the
party
kitchen
Stokvel.
party.
There's a kitchen party Stokvel,
where you
yes.
buy other things in the house.
Yeah.
You know, I know my mom gains a lot from that.
From them,
We have
okay.
a beautiful kitchen
Big house of the Stokvel.
utensils now. We're looking at a proper coffee machine next year. So
Oh my goodness, so you're getting from the Stokvel.
I shop via Stokvel.
You shop via Stokvels. There's family Stokvels as well. There's borrowing Stokvels. These are loan shack Stokvels where you go and borrow money. I think that's where the trouble comes from, because then, are you going to bring back the money? There's purchasing Stokvels, collects pool money on a regular basis and uses it to purchase big items, and can be used by a group, to generate an income. For example, MI Key that could be rented out to the community for use on special occasions, like you mentioned. And there's basic Stokvels, differ from contribution Stokvels in that it functions as a savings scheme that pays out for specific events such as death or Christmas event, right? And there's just normal contribution Stokvels, traditional savings scheme in which members contribute a fixed amount of money to a common pool weekly, fortnightly and monthly. Members will receive a lump sum on a rotational basis, and they're free to use the money for any purpose. So that's like the monthly, the fortnightly, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I know my mom is also part. Oh, my mom is
She's part of a lot. Shucks, she must give us the money.
She has this weekly one.
Yeah.
So at first I was also part of it. They first started with 20 rands. But the standard amount is $20.
Yeah.
And then we get paid weekly.
Ah.
But then you can balance. So let's say for instance I contribute my $20,
Yeah.
but I balance you Wangani with maybe 150.
Okay.
So when it comes back, I know I have 170.
It's a lump
This is-
sum.
Yeah, because
It's
I
a-
have that 150 that I balanced you with, and the 20 rand that you're supposed to contribute.
Hey, wow. That's
So-
like, that's a very good one. I mean, if it helps not having a bank account and you probably rely on Stokvels, I think that'll help you out. Because the Stokvels where you can keep money and it grows. I don't know how it happens, but
And it
people figure
helps
out.
you. It helps you with the little things in the house. It's like
Yeah.
petty cash
Yeah.
for running the house. The house is also like a business,
And can I tell you that a lot of women that are part of it is women, between black and the colored community of women that are unemployed and really have no education, but Stokvels help them out.
Yeah, because my baby sister always has these projects randomly on a day. So
Yeah.
she knows that when she gets that, they'll go buy like these materials
Nice.
for the art project. Or if we're craving ice cream or cake during the week, then we can get it.
Then you can take it from. Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Now, something interesting about it is that it's got a constitution, right? Now, it is an important
Yeah.
document that must be drawn up when you start a Stokvel. Think of it as a group's guidebook. Now, the constitution should include guidelines on how often and in what manner money is to be collected each month, how the money will be invested as well, under what circumstances withdrawals may be made, what happens if a member fails to make contributions or decide to leave the Stokvel, what happens if a member dies as well. Now, the process if a new member decides to join a club or at a later date offer also in SEP, it goes in and out. So all those things need to be the constitution on how we can work around the constitution. If someone dies, do we bring someone new, or what happens? How do we help them out? Now, no matter how good the reason is for starting a Stokvel, there can be challenges along the way. The very first thing is ensuring that the correct type of people are in the Stokvel. Now, for the most Stokvels, this is easy as it starts with a group of friends, but that in itself can pose a challenge, because the key to successful Stokvel is the level of commitment to the group by the members. Now, as a group of friends, you may want to include everyone, but not everyone may, have the same level of commitment to the group. Some people forget that they have to pay the others. Another challenge that can be experienced by a Stokvel is making the right decisions in terms of whether money should be kept or invested. Is it a bank? Is it under the mattress? Is it at someone's house somewhere? Wherever the case may be. Now, also being able to access information about investments that are easy to understand for people who may not be financially savvy is a challenge.
Yeah.
So here you are, a group of friends, a group of family members, and you have someone who doesn't really understand what saving money is or being money savvy is, and you then have a problem with that person. Maybe they need to be taught, but also teaching an adult can become quite problematic, because then they don't want to listen to anyone.
A challenge. And there's also, speaking of not being money savvy and not being able to spend, there are those Stokvels where you don't really see the purpose of it. Because really,
what's happening?
whenever we meet at your house, we need to make sure whenever we meet at each other's houses for that specific month, we have to buy 6-pack each. For what? What's the purpose?
What's
Where's
the
the money
purpose of
going
it?
into the 6 packs? you have to bring a bottle. You have to bring a six.
Shucks.
Some of them are just for social
Yeah,
purposes.
obviously, yeah, and that's why there's different types of Stockfell. So at least then you have understand why you bring the bottle of gin. Then why you bring it? What are we having or celebrating? Is it a party Stockfell? What is it? Is it a funeral that's happening? So you need to find out from it. However, folks, we're gonna keep the conversation happening throughout the entire show. Hashtag the corner of a corner at Bongani_drama on Twitter, Bongani Drama on Facebook, and on Instagram as well. But however, I want to find out from you, posing a question to you: would you join a Stockfell? If yes, which one? If not, why not? Let's find out from you. It's 21 after 2 Central African Time. Here's Kamo Matsoso right here on the Dramatic Talk on Prelive.co.za. On the other side of this, Dramatainment is coming up. Stick around.
Sweet and sour, that is what you are. A lonely lover, that is what you made me. Yeah. You got me fixated on all your up and down reactions, wondering how you gon' act when you sing the next time, baby boy. You got me going crazy. About you, put your pride down. Tell me what's really on your mind now, honey lover. Tell me how you want me. Yeah.
Always lonely, but you never alone. You the sweetest lady I've ever known. Have a deep connection when we talk on the phone. But always needing me when I'm in the zone. Damn, I never wanna see you frown. I never wanna let you down. We rock nation. Baby, we gon' run this town. You're the queen to my king. Baby, you deserve the crown. Only problem is I ain't really sure if I wanna settle down. I got a lot on my mind, but you're the sweet escape. Always coming to the rescue. Superhero, no cake. You could tell that I love thick girls, cause I'm all about the bass. And you could tell when something's wrong, cause you can see it in my face.
Kamo Matsuso right here on the Dramatic Talk on BrandLive.co.za. If you just streamed in, folks, you are on BrandLive.co.za. Thank you so much for streaming in. We have quite an amazing show, and we just wrapped up the Corner of a Corner. And on the Corner of a Corner, we are talking Stockfells. If you are part of a Stockfell, and if you probably know someone who's part of a Stockfell, let us know. Some of the challenges you probably were part of and how you managed to get out of from. I mean, Rose just mentioned on how she in actual fact forgot to give someone money, and she's probably going to be penalized for it. So we want to find out all of those and how much do you get penalized, out of it, and how does it work as well. Alrighty, it's 24 after 2 Central African Time right here on the Dramatic Talk. Straight to it. It's time for Dramatainment.
Extra, read all about it.
Scene 1, Apple, take 1.
It's the Dramatainment.
It is absolutely time for Dramatainment, and the first story coming through is Bushiri resists 10 million extortion by cops. Now, enlightened Christian gathering leader Prophet Shepherd Bushiri is embroiled in a 10 million extortion drama that allegedly involves corrupt crime intelligence cops and the Deputy President Cyril Ramaphosa's advisors. It's scary. Now, Bushiri opened a case of extortion with the Independent Police Investigation Directorate and in February against Crime Intelligence Unit, cops and the two men purported to be from Ramaphosa's, former routine. Now, he also reported the shenanigans to the Crime Intelligence Inspector General as well. Now, according to a source, the alleged suspects, who include a top Gauteng cop known to a local publication, demanded about 10 million from Bushiri in exchange for squashing all alleged criminal cases against him. Can you imagine? That's fraud after fraud happening. Now, the alleged, concocted cases range from money laundering to racketeering and rape. When Bushiri refused to cooperate and demanded his day in court, they reduced the amount to 5 million. The amount was further decreased to 1 million when the charismatic Bible puncher still wouldn't budge. Now, Bushiri alleged that the cops harassed him and flagged his passport and even flew to his Pretoria church in a helicopter and threatened to arrest him on the pulpit right of the church before his millions of congregation. So, the story unfolds. We wait and see what happens.
It never stops with Bushiri and all these other shepherds of Christ.
Completely, it doesn't, and it's it's sad. I mean, we had the one who was now a rape convict. And now we have Bushiri, who's been going on and on and on and on. I think the matter started when we had all these other, churches that came to South Africa that we don't even know about.
Weren't they meant to be sent back though after Motoso?
I don't know. I mean, we wait and see what happens. The constitution has to really, because I think that there's so much corruption that's happening.
Absolutely.
Obviously, these priests are giving the government 5 million here, 1 million there, 2 million there. So, we see what's been happening. State capture is happening because of such things that are still happening. And I don't know when it is going to stop.
State capture needs a whole 2019
to really, divulge
it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
because
scary.
There's so much to unravel.
Yeah, I think so too. Alrighty, the People's Choice Awards happened, and quite interesting. A lot of people, in actual fact, were here and there. Now, the Game Changer Award went to Serena Williams. Congratulations to her. A Comedy Act of 2018 was Kevin Hart. A Style Star of 2018 was Harry Styles. Congratulations, Harry Styles. And the album of 2018 went to Nicki Minaj. Really, because she's that girl. Reality TV Star of 2018, the winners were Khloe Kardashian, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. And Daytime Talk Show was Ellen DeGeneres as well. And the Beyonce and Jay-Z, the On the Run tour didn't win best tour this year, and I think it went to someone else. I'll just find out a little bit later. But they didn't get that one, and other award that they didn't get this year. But hopefully next year, they'll get them.
And hopefully our own Trevor Noah gets.
Yeah, look, Trevor Noah has been getting awards. Yeah, because the daily, show that happens, and so hopefully, he will get his award one day.
Yeah.
He's only still new coming up, into the American scene. He's not. Someone was saying that Trevor Noah is not like your day-to-day celebrity who just went to the USA. He is a USA citizen.
Absolutely.
He is a USA Hollywood star now. That you see the people he poses with, you see the people he hangs out with. He's not just a South African celebrity who went overseas. He's in actual fact a USA, amazing Hollywood celebrity.
And he set the bar in America as well, because a lot of people subscribe to The Daily Show.
They do.
Just because that old host left, Trevor Noah is still keeping it in the loop. And it's amazing because then he's also educating the people that side about South Africa and the cultures in different aspects of the world.
I think so too.
So it's brilliant.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, that's what we have for you right here on Drama-tainment. It's 1 before 2:30. Rose Rataga is standing by with your sports update.
Time to talk about sports.
Don't touch that dial.
It's time for the sports news and the sporting stars of tomorrow right here on
Brand Live.
Kickstarting your sports news this afternoon with soccer. Rulani Mokoena in UK for educational trip. A very good afternoon. I am Rose Rataga. Orlando Pirates assistant coach Rulani Mokoena has confirmed he was in the United Kingdom spending time with Liverpool on an educational trip. There was said to be some initial confusion about Mugwena's whereabouts after kickoff website contacted Administrative Officer Floyd Mbele, who was unsure of the coach's itinerary. However, it was cleared up when the young mentor told the publication he had informed club boss Dr. Irvin Khoza of his plan to be abroad. He said, "I had spoken to the chairman about my trip, but it was just a short visit and I will be leaving tonight," which was Tuesday, and heading back to South Africa. The Sea Robbers players were handed a short break during the FIFA international window after playing 3 matches in 7 days against AmaZulu in a 3-1 win in Telkom knockout quarterfinal, Polokwane City 2-1 victory in the Premiership, and Mamelodi Sundowns a 0-0 draw in the league. The side's next assignment after the international break is to face Kaizer Chiefs in a Telkom knockout semi-final on Saturday, November 24th at the Moses Mabhida Stadium in Durban. And in tennis, Federer fumes over scheduling Roe. Roger Federer has hit back at claims he gets preferential treatment from tennis tournaments due to his status as one of the sport's all-time greats. Federer was responding to controversial comments from French veteran Julien Benneteau, who said the 20 Grand Slam champion was able to use his reputation to secure favorable scheduling. Benneteau offered Federer's matches at the last 2 Australian Opens as evidence, suggesting the Swiss star was granted his preference to play in the evening session to avoid the blistering Melbourne heat. Catch me again in the last few minutes, bringing you your last news bulletin. Temperatures remain 31 degrees Celsius in Johannesburg, 32 degrees Celsius in Lagos, 6 degrees in Washington, D.C. If we have missed anything sports-worthy, feel free to let us know. We are Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook. I am Khaugelo Rebel Rose Rataga on Facebook as well. You're still tuned into the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
Thank you so much, Rebel Rose Rataga. Interesting sports update coming through, and rise of Arsenal was kid as a danger for Bafana. Now, Bafana is apparently really scared because it is, a case of a soccer team approaching a game faced with the prospect of ending up with 3 different results and consequent varying outcomes, namely by winning, losing, or drawing. But in an unusual twist for Bafana as they prepare for Saturday's vital African Nations Cup qualifier against Nigeria at the FNB Stadium. Now, South Africa's national team will in all likelihood find themselves in the same position for the final away qualifying game against Libya early next year. So, we wait and see what happens, and good luck to Bafana.
Yeah.
Hopefully they bring good news.
There was also a rumor, I don't know if it's fake news or what, but apparently the coach for the Nigerian team is offering them $1 million each to score against Kune.
Oh my goodness.
So, Kune is a tough one to deal with, but
so Nigerian players.
Nigerian players.
Oh
so
my
the
goodness.
coach is like, incentivizing them,
That listen,
saying,
if you score, you're
for
getting
every
$1
goal
million.
you score against Kune.
$1 million nairas.
Yeah.
Interesting. Something interesting happening in the movies, Rose, is that Bad Boys, the sequel, is coming through. Bad Boys for Life looks like it could be emerging from its most recent coma after the project lost director Joa Kana. And earlier this year, November 2018 release date, the latest of many. Now, that still may be the case, but the director situation may have been solved. Now, Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fala are directing. Now, the pair is behind film such as The Black and Gangster, while also directing episodes of FX drama Snowfall. They've also been attached to Beverly Hills Cop 4. Another long development will be in a franchise rival. So, these directors have done something similar to Bad Boys. So, we can't wait to see what happens with Bad Boys 3.
What happens, and while speaking about movies as well,
Toy Story 4?
R.I.P. to Stan Lee.
Yeah.
Marvel's
yes.
creator. Oh man. No more
Quite sad,
Spider-Man,
isn't it?
no more Black Panther.
No, obviously there are other people that
but
will
he was
come through,
brilliant, yeah.
and he probably left an amazing legacy. So they'll come through, they'll give us something amazing, right? And Toy Story 4 is also on the cards, and we actually know that there's a few characters coming through. Now, with Andy growing up and heading off to college, Toy Story 3 felt very much like the end of an era. So much so that we almost believe Disney's assurance that the series had been relegated to the great toy box in the sky. Now, even so, while we're thrilled by a 2014 announcement that Buzz, Woody, and the gang will be back for a 4th movie, it didn't exactly come as a shock, it being Pixar's most instantly recognizable property and all. Now, the excitement continues to build Toy Story 4 presentation at D23 Expo 2015. Now, Disney's big annual get-together now ended with Randy Newman performing a live live rendition of You've Got a Friend in Me as Greenie Army men dropped from the ceiling, and costume dancers, including, a lot of Mr. Potato was there, his head and the gang sprang onto stage. So it was quite interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So is it coming out? Toys for...
We can't wait.
Okay, so we're looking forward to
We
that.
can't wait. Toy Story 4 coming through, Bad Boys 3, the sequel's coming through, so lots more to look up for in the
A
movies.
lot of fun movies are coming
Yeah.
through. Apparently, Tyler Perry is also ending his Medea franchise.
Hey, that's also another thing.
With 2nd March
Yeah,
2019.
he's killing Medea, apparently.
Oh.
Medea dies.
But eventually, Medea is also human.
Yeah.
So she's not immortal.
That's
even though
very
it's
true.
movies,
That's
even though
very
it's
true.
movies.
And look, Tyler Perry's got so many things happening. He just built an entire studio for himself, so it's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, it's a 14:35 Central African time. On the other side of this, we are going to be having a chill and chat with an amazing artist, Reggie, who is in actual fact a car god. So his story is actually quite peculiar. One of his, singles we're going to play for you a little bit later. But for now, hang tight.
This is what you missed on brandlive.co.za.
This is new. I'm the first in line to celebrate others but never myself. I'm part of the few that say, I'm a beautiful mess. I try to pay more attention to the beauty in the details so I could see less of the mess, but my mess traces me so beautifully, pinpointing my authenticity. From the melanin in my skin to the kinks in my hair, I know it's not fair. I'm beautiful, but so are you, in your own special way. See, the inequality in this world has brought about issues of race and gender. But I promise you, if you remove the speck from your eye, you'll see that there's no difference between you and I.
This is what you missed on brandlive.co.za.
Yesterday, as bored as you were at home, there was that whole Malusi Gigaba. So, yeah. Hey, that's some other.
And just before I sign out, Malusi Gigaba must resign. No, okay, let me not put it like that. But the whole Gigaba situation is out of control. Anywhere else in the world, people would do the right thing.
Yes, it did appear in one of the classic pulp fiction movies, and that's a Freudian slip. The Pulp Fiction movie.
You've been waiting for my steez, best believe it's on. Like a pair of toe sandals, your careers is flops. I shatter your cavities, burn them seas beyond 30 degrees. I'm not a doctor, lack of my patience, make you a casualty. On the streets, you barely can kick raps. Yo, paraplegic lyrics can't flex like broken kneecaps. Vertebrae, cause I ain't got your back, son. You're really wet now. Put your hands in the air. I'm looking for beef, yes, serving it rare like a racer. Yes. Shifting the gear, I'm looking for beef, I'm serving it rare, I'm a racer, oh yes, shifting the gear, I'm a prime artifact, when I'm rushing the streets, dialects, rush to collect, stay fly like a pilot, murder MCs, use their screams as the sound effects, I burn degrees, till the track is part of substance, I know roughnecks, I'm a gorilla, silver line back, I live in the villa, of grimy niggas and hood rats, freaky like eggs, victims busy offering raw sex, yes, with the west, you see these new school cats, man, they think I'm new, fam. Fuck that, I'ma let them know who I am. Reggie Reg, so the game will never be the same.
Vanity slave, next laced in fake chains. You so dumb like Hussein. You off tracks like freight trains. We heard boy the stakes raised A grade, B slave, dessert cake.
It's not complex, dope skills, slaving content. Scorpio hooks when involved in verbal combat. They call me out of context, I keep on it like contracts. My whole concept is to make you pose as quick rap. Your radio tracks is overrated like syntax. I'm out for success. Like a hustler video, all sacks. I'm from the west. Gunslinging if you wanna test into your chest enough to pump cardiac arrest. Keep it tighter than the seams of religion jeans. My speed amphetamine on the daily, I rip teams. Dope blunts feeding bars, I'm feeding fiends. I flow like gasoline so I can match this in a second. I fuck your knees cause I be tearing up your record. I'm on the streets verbally armed, I'm young, reckless. And for more than any day, breaking barrier sectors with your old school rap. Plugging video adapters, my advanced chapters take over melody sectors. Stronghold rap, checkmate, you playing checkers cuz I raise the stakes like the price of raw beef. Go ahead and take a bite with your incised teeth. My inline breathe through your lungs, make you breathe toxic. Narcotic rhyme, product in the streets. I'm freaky like me and your sister between the sheets. And once I feel it, the melody heavily riddle the beat. My pedigree steadily pedal beyond degrees. My mentality fluent, articulated in speech. Any cat out on the loose leash. You wanna bring the heat, bitch, I can take you 6 feet. My arsenic flow, burn your speakers till your ears bleed. I'm out for the dough, like your neighborhood bakeries. My punchlines heavily shed your chest cavity. Just regular capacity, definitely suffer penalties. Hater ease, it's what you get for trying to fuck with me. I ain't no cheese. I hustle hard, it keeps me fresh, beef.
14:41 Central African Time on the dramatic talk on BrandLive.co.za. How amazing is that you're listening to LOL by Reggie the Car God. Now Reggie's a car god who has been trending on social media as a hip-hop MC. He now has a manager to take care of his career. Reggie, welcome to the dramatic talk.
Yo, what's up? How are you?
I'm okay, how are you doing?
I'm live.
You know, today's story is actually so fantastic. I've always had people sitting right where you are, but most of them are established and they're not car guards. And, you know, they come from homes. They have got homes where they stay. And you are here, you're a car guard. You are supported by someone who in actual fact thought, you know, you could be amazing.
Definitely.
But Reggie, I want you to take us through growing up in Kagiso. How was that like?
Oh yeah, growing up in Kagiso was awesome, man. You know, being in a city where, you know, like it's actually the cradle of humankind. You know, there's so much history going on down there. And that's where I actually fell in love with hip-hop. And, you know, from a very young age, we already started hip-hop shows in Kagiso with a group called AFMP, African Monopoly. So yeah, as you can see the tattoo.
Was this before you then went on to become a car guard?
Yeah, this was way before. Well, the situation of me becoming a car guard was practically, I was given an ultimatum. It was either I go work and I stop rap, or I go to rap and I stop everything.
Shucks.
So I chose.
It was a dream.
Yeah.
It did not have any connotation with perhaps drugs or anything like that.
No, you know, my personal life, I'm lucky enough I was raised by a very strong woman. So all adversities that I went through, you know, like everything was just a phase, you know, like as you grow up, you go through things and then you gradually grow out of it, you know.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But did you ever think in your life that you'd end up being a car guard? Did you have any other dreams perhaps?
No, I never thought I'd be a car guard. And you know, the decision of me being a car guard was based on, hey, look, Reggie, you need to get some money and start recording this music. So what you gonna do? You either gonna do crime or you either gonna do what you need to do.
Shucks.
So I did what I needed to do. I got into studio with the money I was getting from watching cars, and I got the album. It's ready.
What?
Yeah.
That's such an amazing story. I mean, I think a lot of other people that want to follow their dreams can actually take a page from your book to say, if you really want to follow your dream that much and you really want to do it, and you're given an ultimatum to say whether you go to school or you follow your dream or you end up, stealing from other people, but you decided, I'm going to be a car guard. I want to make, amazing amount of cash that I have. Look at you today. Someone spotted you and someone said to you, here's an opportunity. Record.
Yeah.
What are some of the challenges car guards go through and how does that make you feel?
As a car guard, first and foremost, you're faced with the fact that people don't really even respect you much. People will get back in their cars and start their cars and leave. But if he gets there and his car's not there, he's like, hey dude, what happened to my car? And it's like, hey dude, you never greeted me when we got here. So
shucks.
what we talking about your car when we didn't even greet each other?
So that means a lot, right?
Yeah.
The moral and values that you're taught, that just being nice to car guards, to say good morning, how are you doing? Good afternoon, how are you? Are you gonna take over my car?
Definitely. It also has a lot to do with, my mom was a very strong woman, and RIP, there's something she said and I'll never forget. She said, be careful of the feet that you step on today, because they might be connected to the legs of the very same ass you might have to kiss tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
So the very same car guard who was watching your car could just be the next person you need an autograph from.
That's very true. Or you going to an interview with, or to be interviewed by.
Yeah.
Interesting. And do you have any regrets, perhaps, Reg, in your life?
Nah.
Ever?
If I could do it over, I wouldn't change anything.
You've got so much self-confidence. I like that about you. And I can't wait to see what's coming for you in the future. And you have an amazing manager, so to say. And
Definitely.
I'm just praying that Mr. Banks really does an amazing job. I mean, he's been doing quite amazing stuff with other artists as well, and in the entertainment sphere. And I can't wait to see what he's gonna do with you. I wish you all the best.
Oh man, appreciate it. Mr. Banks, shout out to you, Mr. Banks. Analytical ads, yeah, man, we going all the way. Shout out to Copa, Campus of Performance Arts. Shout out to George. He has been engineering everything for me.
Amazing.
So I actually have like a whole team of people that actually been coming through for me. Shout out to Ashton. There's some other lady. She's been taking good care of me, making sure that my esteem is always on point.
Amazing.
And, yeah.
That's amazing. And how were you discovered by Mr. Banks?
All right, so I put out a clip on Facebook, so it went viral, like 500,000 views.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Mr. Banks saw it and was like, hey, I need to find this guy. And he actually came, he found me, and he told me, dude, from tomorrow, I'm going to come and we'll start working. And a week later, I was on one mic, and now...
What a blessing.
14 days later, I'm interviewing with you. So, yeah, man.
On the dramatic tour with Bongani Drama.
Yeah, Joe, I'm honored.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you so much.
I'm honored.
Thank you so much. I mean, I would never miss an opportunity, because this show, what we do next show, we break grounds and we try and bring people up, and we change stories, and we try to, by all means, have people know who you are. As all right. And let's talk about your singles, God Rap and LOL. How did those come about?
All right, so God Raps, I actually worked with this producer, awesome producer. His name is Rob, Propound Beats. He's from Cape Town. Homeboy was in the same situation as me at the time. He was homeless. So I put some money together, bought some beats from him, and yeah, we hit the studio. And when I heard the music, it was like, hey, I could actually tell my story on this.
Shucks.
So when I came with LOL, it was like, people are always laughing out loud.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, hey, if you slip off a banana peel and fall, we'll laugh out loud, but for you, it's a lesson of life.
Completely.
You know what I mean? So the LOL in my terms stands for lessons of life and not laughing out loud, So, yeah. And then with God Raps, it was like, I felt like God was speaking through me there when I was in the studio, and that's how we titled the song and made it
You've
work.
shut my mouth. I'm literally never the one who's quiet, but you've just, today, I'm done. I don't know what to... you gave me a new perspective about security guards and about car guards.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah.
And thank you for that. Because I always say that I always keep like change right inside of my door, my car. Now people know they're going to steal the change. Because my brother is always just stealing my change. But I always keep the change for car guards. I keep it for everyone who's... Even though people are always faking it sometimes, you find people faking their hand that they're probably disabled, but I give because you never know people's stories.
True.
So thank you for that.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
We're gonna play a quick game. I wish we had more time, but we don't, unfortunately. We're gonna play a game called the 5 questions quiz. It's 5 questions in 20 seconds, A or B.
All right, cool.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
Let's go for it. There we go.
Five questions quiz.
Fantastic. Or do we have our clock in? The clock is in. Life is better on the streets or at home?
At home.
Being a mega superstar or being a car guard?
Superstar.
Kagiso or Johannesburg Town?
Kagiso.
DJ Spoo or Mzege Zege?
Spoo Damalo.
Porsche or BMW?
Porsche.
I love you so much. You have no idea.
bad.
Thank you so much. That was even under 20 seconds.
Yeah.
God bless you. I wish you all the best.
Oh man, thank you very much, Bongani Drama. Thank you for putting me on.
Yeah.
Everybody who's listening out there, stay tuned to Mr. Drama Drop.
Thank you so much. Where can we find you anywhere else, social media?
Oh yeah, you can find me on Facebook, Reggie Manana. That's REGGIEMANYANA. Or if you're looking to book us for any shows, you can give Analytical Ads Mr. Banks a call on 081-709-0709. That's 081-709-0709.
Thank you so much. I wish you all the best and may God bless your journey further.
God bless you.
Here's God Rap by Reggie. Enjoy.
Looking for a reason, there's a price on my head, and many men wanna see me dead. I'm slipping and falling and question, is God ever there? But if I die, will any homie shed a tear? Many questions that I ask and it's never clear. I got my 2020 vision for this rap career. I wanna be happy, but it's hard when you live in fear. Your friends are enemies, the cause my destiny. This trap's the set for me, only bring the best of me. So I live to die in each heartbeat. Alibi, feelings all inside. My mom's watching from the sky. True story, no lie. I heard I'm on the surface. Well, yeah, guess I just did it on purpose. I gotta be the best. Ease off the stress. Keep chasing life and be first in line. 24/7, 365 every hour. Pushing the hustle so we can get what is ours. Never step back in the midst of rain showers. Controlling my streets, cause I got presidential power. Just 24/7, 365 every hour. Pushing the hustle so we can get what is ours. Never step back in the midst of rain showers. Controlling my streets, I got presidential power. Shucks, yo, this just in. It's a hustle every day in this industry. I'm presidential in my ways and hope my grind will pay. Been thinking of better days in this concrete maze. And yes, my fam stressing politicking. They say get a job. They say this hip hop of yours, son, ain't paying off. It's more than wishing what you spitting, I push alum off. But yet I hustle every day for this hip hop. Cause in the midst of rain showers, I've been grinding for hours. In this rat race, hoping not to be devoured. We about to blow like the 9/11 towers. Claiming what is ours with presidential powers. I heard the grind, don't sleep. On my way to the top, yes, I gotta succeed. So, yes, you can smell the hunger on the streets all day, every night. Hood rats chase cheese going. This thing got me gone. This thing got me blown. I'm doing my thing. Drop these rhymes and get this money, money. Hey, this thing got me blown. And this thing got me gone. I'm doing my thing. Drop these rhymes and get this money, money. We go click, clickety click, yeah, you got that. Shooting at your mediocre scheme, son, what God raps. My dreams are bullets, I'm firing. Red dot and yeah, man, I'm talking 10. Click, clickety click, man, you got that. Shooting at your mediocre scheme, son, what God raps. My dreams are bullets, I'm firing. Red dot at my talk. Yo, I'm made in God's image and I'm Lord of my destiny. On my knees every night praying to live eternally. But certainly my flesh will perish inside a cemetery. Eventually my spirit will live forever like ministries. I lost friends, family, a couple of friends. It's complex. Maybe I should stick to the facts. I don't stress, I'm definitely never relaxed. My conquest, journey's way beyond success.
It's time to buckle up.
Now, this is
Bongari drama.
It's the headlines.
Recapping your news bulletin this afternoon, workers shut down services at the bankrupt West Rand District Municipality, and California wildfires reveal their incredible destruction from space. A very good afternoon, I'm Rose Ratacha. The embattled West Rand District Municipality is facing more woes as workers embark on a total shutdown. From Wednesday, employees belonging to the Democratic Municipal Allied Workers Union of South Africa and the South African Municipal Workers Union will not render any services. The municipality has been struggling to pay salaries after it landed in financial trouble following its investment of over 70 million rand in the now liquidated VBS Mutual Bank. Workers are demanding a permanent solution to keep the municipality up and running. The situation has been worsened by concerns that more than 300 workers will not be paid again this month. West Rand Secretary Pitso Mogole said they have locked up all municipal vehicles. No vehicle will leave the municipal premises. We are not working and no manager is allowed to work from today onwards, he said. The union claims that their meetings with MECs Panyaza Lesufi, Jacob Mamabulo and Uhuru Moila, who were delegated by Gauteng Premier David Makhura to fix the situation, have not yet yielded any results. Mogole said whenever Mamabulo came to see them, he wanted them to meet at the Randfontein police station because he felt unsafe. As of Monday, 3 major wildfires, the Camp Hill and Woolsey fires, have killed dozens of people and scorched hundreds of thousands of hectares of forests and infrastructure. Firefighters are struggling to contain the biggest blazes. The Camp Fire, which is located north of Sacramento, quickly burned the entire town of Paradise to the ground. It's now California's most destructive wildfire in terms of structures destroyed and is one of the state's deadliest blazes ever. Parts of the beach community Malibu went up in flames in the Woolsey fire, sending Hollywood actors and actresses running for safety. So far, these two rapidly evolving disasters have left at least 31 people dead, some of whom were killed while trying to escape in cars. Satellites owned by NASA and commercial companies such as Digital Globe are recording images of the fires from space. These photos provide an incredible view of how large and intense the fires are and how quickly they've grown. Catch me again next week, Wednesday, from 2 to 3 p.m., bringing you your latest news and sports bulletin. Temperatures remain 31 degrees Celsius in Johannesburg, 32 degrees Celsius in Lagos, 6 degrees Celsius in Washington, D.C. If we have missed anything, feel free to let us know on our social media platforms. We are Brand Live Radio on Twitter, brandlive.co.za on Facebook. I am Khaukelo Rebel Rose Rataga on Facebook as well. You're still tuned into the Dramatic Talk with Bongani Drama.
Thank you so much, Rose Rata, for those last news bulletin. And do we know what caused the fire? Not necessarily.
Wildfires are also like a natural hazard.
Yeah.
So heat.
Yeah.
And then it catches maybe like a dry area.
Yeah.
And then wind.
Shucks.
Included in that. It's like, I don't know. I know the Zulu term for ihlati. You know, when it's really hot.
Yeah.
And it catches fire.
It's funny how
it's hay.
Yeah, funny how it's happening. With where all the celebrities are abound. With all these fancy houses. So, yeah, it could be. If you think about it, I'm not gonna go spiritually about it, but if you think about it, it's
in
got
Revelations.
It's got a lot to do with a lot of things. I'm not going to be a part of 14:56 Central African time right here on the Dramatic Talk on brandlive.co.za. Thank you so much for streaming in. If you have been streaming in, if you haven't been, where have you been? It has been quite an amazing show. On the Convo Corner, we were literally talking about Stokvels, everything you want to know about Stokvels, how they are, who they are, and how we can also deal with them as well. So thank you so much for streaming in on that one. And on Drama-tainment, we also spoke about Bushiwi resisting the 10 million extortion by cops, and we looked at the People's Choice Awards winners as well. We had Rose Rataka brought you your sports headlines at 2:30 with all that is happening in our sports world. And I just finished having an amazing chill with Reggie, who is a car guard, and it was quite one of those interviews that you in actual fact have, and you go home feeling quite amazing because Reggie is actually so stunning. I can't wait to see him at amazing other hip hop shows that are going to be around the world as well. So it's going to be quite interesting.
What I've learned is that you can never judge a book by its cover because he's so well spoken.
Ever.
He's already conceptualized his music. He's already marketing himself.
He knows what he
just
wants.
because he's a car guard, you'd underestimate him. But this guy's brilliant.
Completely.
Yeah.
He's quite amazing. We had that 5-question quiz with him as well, and he mentioned that life is better on at home, and he mentioned that he'd rather be a megastar than being a car guard, and he loves Kagiso more than Johannesburg, and he loves DJ Spoon more than Zega Zega, and he loves a Porsche as well. So it's going to be quite interesting. Rose, thank you so much for being around.
Absolutely, anytime.
We do it again
any
next
day.
week. Anything happening for the rest of the week?
What am I? Oh, I have exams.
Okay. More exams coming through.
However, I'm performing tomorrow for a 4th year directing piece. Feel free to come through. It's called Brisi 4. What's this? Based on stories about missing taxi drivers, basically the life of a commuter. It's happening at the Wits Downstairs Theatre on the 15th, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. On the 17th at 7 p.m. still in the Downstairs Theatre. On the 24th of November at 7 p.m. again next week Saturday.
Amazing.
So yeah.
So where can people catch that on social media if they didn't catch that? On your social media platforms?
So we don't have that because it's a 4th year directing piece, but everyone is invited to come watch.
On your social media platforms?
On my social media platforms, I am Rebel Rose _X on Instagram, Khaukelo Rebel Rose Rataga on Facebook. So I'll give you guys the poster and all details there.
Fantastic. Alrighty, catch me at Krugersdorp. I'll be hosting Mr. Icon Gauteng. It's going to be quite amazing. Mogale Centenary Hall in Krugersdorp, 17th of November. The red carpet there starts at 5 p.m. and the show starts at 6 p.m. It's going to be quite massive because it's the first crowning of Mr. Icon Gauteng. 150 general, 300 rands VIP. So come through and let's see who's going to be ambassador for Gauteng and Mr. Icon Gauteng. The name is Bongani Drama. Keep it, know it, and never forget it. Do me a glass. Enjoy.
Live from 27 boxes in the heart of Melville, this is brandlive.co.za.